Welcome back to Champion Secrets. In this episode, we're covering the question of how can I improve my defense? Now, the person who submitted this didn't specify singles or doubles, so I'm going to cover both. When it comes to singles defense, it's a lot about the prep jump. And the prep jump is, in my opinion, and from a lot of the coaches I've worked with, one of the most important aspects to movement to the shuttle on the court. The prep jump is where you generate the energy that you need to get the timing and the power out to the shot that's coming. Now, we do the prep jump before we know where the shot is going, precisely at the time when our opponent is hitting the shuttle. So just as my opponent's hitting, and if I'm anticipating a defense scenario for myself, for example, if I've hit up to my opponent, then I want my prep jump to be especially low and wide. So to get it wider, I need my feet to land further apart. And the reason I do this is to help lower my center of gravity. If I'm standing with my feet together, then the only way to lower my center of gravity is by bending my knees like this. But this is not very balanced. But if I open up my feet and get low, then I'm much more balanced and I can handle any shot that comes without knowing where it's going to go. So by lowering my center of gravity, I'm also going to be closer to the ground. And in singles, the offense shots, same as in doubles and mixed doubles, the offense shots come downwards and usually very fast. So in a way, I'm giving up the backcourt or the high shots, because if those come, I know I'll have time to stretch up and get underneath the shuttle. What I need to prepare for is the worst case scenario, which is the power or stick smash coming down very fast. So the prep jump needs to be wide and low with my center of gravity, and I need to time it so that I'm landing precisely at the moment that my opponent's hitting, so that I'm ready to translate that energy into the direction that the shot is approaching. The second aspect of this is my racket preparation. And this has to do with both singles and doubles. I had the privilege in my career of working with the legendary Kim Dong-moon, who's, in my opinion and many's, the best mixed doubles player ever to hold a badminton racket. Now, when it comes to mixed doubles or doubles, the defense techniques and racket preparation is very similar. So what I learned from Kim Dong-moon is about making sure that the racket is ready in front of your body, and it can't be too close to your body. If it's too close, your hand to your core, then you're not going to have space to maneuver. So the racket has to be out in front of you and very relaxed. If someone were to run by and grab my racket out of my hands, they should be able to do so with no problem. If I'm holding the racket too tight and someone can't get it out of my hand, then that means I'm not ready to hit a solid defense shot. So I need to be loose and relaxed so that I can access the power in my arm, wrist, and hand. Another thing that the Korean players in doubles and mixed, but also a lot of the Indonesian players are so good at, is making sure that you hold the racket a little higher up. This is specific for doubles and mixed, a little higher up on the grip so that you have better control when it comes to your defense shots. In singles, we can still hold it down lower towards the butt of the racket because we want to get those extra inches when it comes to reaching out. We don't want to hold it too high up or we'll lose that extra reach that we might need stretching out towards the shuttle. So for singles, you want to make sure you're wide and low on your prep jump with your racket out in front and loose, ready to move. The reason we want it loose is so that when the time comes to hit the shot, then we have access to the power we need by squeezing the grip if we want to lift or keeping it soft and gently squeezing if we want to block towards the net. In doubles, same thing. We need that space between the racket hand and the body so that we can get a solid backswing and generate the power, but by keeping the hand loose, we'll have access to that power when we need it. Because if it's stiff, it ends up being much slower and also a lot more difficult to change the grip if we need to go out to the forehand or to the backhand. So we need to be loose until we see which direction the shot is approaching. So those are some tips to help improve your defense. See you in the next episode.